So I wonder if the Model Y would have the foam in their tires.
Well, we do have a lot of new photos here from the Fremont factory about the Model Y. I wonder, there's a photo of a tire here.
There it is.
They didn't.
Can somebody X-ray that photo?
No, see, so if you guys find a Model Y out there, we need an answer on whether or not there's foam. So carry a very large knife with you, and please just slash it open for us so we can see what's inside, okay?
A Tesla branded machete.
That was a joke. I know my jokes are coming across.
Someone out there's like, I will slash tires for you.
Like, man. I'm going to the store right now. You know what'd be better than that? A gun. I'm going to go get a gun and just shoot the tire. America.
See if any foam comes out.
See, this is a weird place we're going. Tesla Fremont factory is swarming with Model Y SUVs ready for delivery, coming to us from Clean Technica. I contest the SUV title here.
CUV? Is that a better?
Model 3 hatchback.
And they have swarm mode. That's new. I didn't know about that.
Swarm mode, yeah. So there's some photos here coming to us from some Twitters. The Model Y looking clean. Oh, this is at Hawthorne. I know where this is. So here's those new tires. I actually really like these rims.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
So it's like the turbine, but not exactly. Someone needs to wash this thing. And then, there's your tire size. Woohoo. Now, this guy with the Andrew Yang math hat, I really appreciate taking photo in front of it to see exactly how tall it is. So it's pretty cool because I think this shows, it's much taller than the Model 3 is.
Yeah, definitely.
And I am looking forward to that. I really like that. I think the Model Y is going to be such the best Tesla ever.
Okay, so what is the around the tire there? That sort of trim around the tire, and the wheel well. Yeah, that.
Does your Model 3 not have that?
Does it?
It's like a plastic trim. So we're looking at a photo here.
I have to go back and look at my car.
Well, let's see. So my Model X has it. You can see there. See that? Yeah, usually they have kind of a plastic trim around the tire itself.
That's how little I pay attention to my own car. Does it have a steering wheel? I think it has a steering wheel.
Thing? Yeah. Now, I do not like how the huge gap there. It'd be nice to lower this thing a little bit or get some bigger rims on there to make it look a little nicer, which I will not be doing at all because this is my wife's car and I am not allowed to touch it other than probably putting tint on it and some basic stuff. But yeah, so we got some photos, Fremont factory. We got some Model Ys coming direct to you. Thank you to all the people that responded to my query on the interwebs about getting one so I can do a review very early on. I've secured one, so stay tuned for a review. Probably, not a full review, just a first impression, hopefully right around March 15th timeframe.
Nice.
Tesla has said that they're being pretty tight-lipped about this, though, so we're not. I don't know if they're letting anyone review things early in terms of the Model Y, but as soon as it gets delivered, I will be there filming, doing the thing that you all pay me to do.
So they're not going to have like a big launch reveal thing or anything?
Doesn't appear so. And I know Ryan McCaffrey of Ride the Lightning podcast asked Elon Musk that on the Twitters, and I did not see a response. So I guess not. If so, that would be, it would be kind of, it's, who knows? Because a lot of times the events, they send the invites out a week before.
Oh, right.
But I imagine that would, since people are getting the invites and it's asking them to, choose a delivery date and everybody's choosing March 15th, which is a Sunday, the event would have to be next week. Or it would have to happen after customer deliveries were happening. So
maybe we'll just start seeing them on the roads?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably. Yeah, and I've heard from different folks I know that have different kind of connections there that, they made a ton of them and that they're shipping them and they're out there. So we're going to see this thing here real soon. So
should we take anything from the fact that they got this out so much sooner than we all thought they would? Like, is that like a big deal? It feels like a big deal to me, and nobody's really making that big of a deal out of it.
Yeah, so there's a couple things about the Model Y that are, from a manufacturing standpoint, assuming they were able to do them, very big deals. One is what's called they call the flex circuit,
Right.
and this is like a type of wiring that reduces the amount of wires and things that you need to actually make the car run, and it's like an order of magnitude. So. If I remember the numbers correctly, someone fact check this, but the Model S and X were like 3 kilometers of wiring.
Yeah.
The Model 3 was like 1 kilometer or 1.5, something like that. And the Model Y was 100 meters. So, like an insane reduction in the amount of wiring, which means it's cheaper, it's faster, it has less things that can go wrong. And so this is when Elon had previously talked about the manufacturing revolution or whatever, This is one of the things. And then there was something about the stamping. I don't remember exactly, but they were able to like stamp it in like 4 pieces and just snap it together or something. It was
didn't they have a machine that was literally just like done?
Yeah, exactly. So in theory, if those things are working now, my understanding, though, is that those pieces are not in place yet in terms of that stamping thing and all that. I believe most of these cars here were sort of not bespoke, but they were kind of made on the Model 3 line as, first test cars and then some early production cars. I think a lot of it is they want to get these out in customers' hands, not necessarily. And then like probably May or June is when we'll see all that other stuff come together and then the production. So on the earnings call, so at the end of Q1, which is at the end of March, we're going to have a call, or we're going to learn a lot more the first week of April. And then the earnings call won't be till May or the very end of April, so right around then. So in that time frame, we're going to learn a whole lot about where they're at with the Model Y. So it may be more of a symbolic thing, almost like a marketing thing to say we did it in Q1 versus the manufacturing lines are up and running fully and we're producing 7,000 a week or something crazy like that. I think there might be a little disconnect there is my guess.
Yeah. I just like Tesla has always notoriously been late on things, it's always like Elon time, right? Like it's something that's so optimistic and they never quite make it. And that's something that people are always like, I mean, we kind of laugh about, but the anti-Tesla people are like, oh, they can't do anything on time. And now here they are like launching something months earlier. And to me, it's just like, what is happening? Like this is so anti everything that we've seen them do in the past 10 years. And I mean, it's great, but to me, it just feels like this is a turnaround moment, maybe,
Yeah, it's an interesting question, and that's what I wonder about. Because when the Model 3 first came out, it wasn't like a bespoke thing. Like they had to set up a new line to do it, so that was insanely hard. Like the hurdle there was really high for them to clear in order to just even start making one. Now that this car and the Model Y and the Model 3 share something like 70% or more of the same parts and everything, it wouldn't be seemingly that difficult to do a run of a few thousand through the Model 3 line. And so I think hopefully that that's I think where the disconnect is like now they could spin this up and just pump out a few thousand here and there and be like, look, we're doing it, but we're not at scale yet. So I think it'll be an interesting question to see when they actually reach scale, because that'll be at some point down the road. Now, but you're right. It is shocking that this is incredibly early. No, I mean, because they had said fall 2020, which doesn't end till December 21st, technically. So that was basically the day I had originally thought, yep, that's when we'll start seeing Model Y, right before Christmas. I just wish they would also do this thing of like getting things done early with the Roadster. That would be my preference if they wanted to pick, because we've got the Model S Plaid edition coming as well, and they said I think later this year they were going to do production on that. So there's a lot. I mean, there isn't like a new model coming out that they've not announced yet, but there are updates and other big things happening, like Roadster, Semi, the ATV, Cybertruck. There's a lot still on their kind of product roadmap here that they've not really even started on.
Right.
So if they can start doing this with other products, I would be really impressed, and I would love to see, some of those other things come to market sooner.
So it kind of sounds like you're saying Model Y is sort of a cheat.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's like a kind of a marketing thing.
Yeah.
If they can just run through. I mean, it's still great that they're doing it. I'm not bashing. I'm not criticizing them. But I'm saying, like, let's not confuse having your lines at the factory up and running full scale versus doing a quick batch of 1,000. Those are two different accomplishments.
Sure. Still, it's going to be cool seeing them out there.
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, it's going to build the buzz, and I think that's where it's going to really, just cement. I still firmly believe this is going to be the sellingest Tesla that ever. Probably
careful with those technical terms. You're going over our audience's head.
Isn't sellingest a word? I think it is.
The most sellingest.
Okay, now that's wrong. Oh man. I guess you're right. Sellingest, the most sold.
Sounds like a prize a salesperson would win at some corporate sales rally.
You're the sellingest guy in our team.
Bob Brasky, or whatever that Saturday Night Live thing. Bill Brasky. Bill Brasky. I'm old. Okay.
Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.